Alright. Another stream here. Let me dial this back. So y'all can see my beautiful face and beard. Beard looking healthy, as you know. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for everything. This is a troll again. Doing episode 90 already. I've streamed every day for like a month and a half now. Every other day. But yeah, thank y'all for subscribing. Thank you all for subscribing. More political content on the way. But right now, we're going to get into the biggest YouTubers in the streets. You feel me? We're out to discuss like what's going on with these weirdos. Alright? Starting with Mr. Beast himself. Let's see what this person's talking about.
So if you've been paying attention to the Mr. Beast drama that's been going on over the past couple of weeks, then you would know that he's under quite a lot of fire right now for a number of allegations that have recently come out. Now these allegations have been brought to light by Dogpack404, who was a former Mr. Beast employee. He dropped a really big video about the whole thing. It got around 10 million views, and I covered this in my last video, but Dogpack has uploaded yet another video where he goes over some even more serious allegations than what was in the last video. So today we're going to be talking about these allegations because it gets pretty wild. Now in Dogpack's most recent video, I worked for Mr. Beast, he's a sociopath. He interviews someone who worked very closely with the Mr. Beast team and even appeared in a number of his videos. And the stuff that he says in this video is pretty damning. But we're gonna start off with a little bit of the lighter stuff. Right now we're sipping on the twisted tea, but by the end of this video we're gonna whip out the moonshine and go over the most serious allegations. But you know what, that's kind of a dumb analogy, but anyway. First off, Mr. Beast, the guy that is obsessed with growing his YouTube channel by any means. Did you guys know that he's greedy? I mean, shocking revelation right there. We didn't see that one coming. But you know, Jake Weddle goes on to describe in this interview that him and another writer, and the other writer was black, apparently he got paid more than the black writer. That's crazy right there. But he goes on to describe how the two of them ended up wanting to negotiate for a pay raise, or at least some kind of extra compensation for the work that they were putting in, considering just how much revenue that was being made. And I think that's a totally sensible thing to do. But essentially, here's how that ended up playing out.
I need more money in my paycheck at the end of every week, capiche?
They were like, oh, okay, bet that then. Gave him both a severance check and fired them. And Jake Weddle goes on to describe how he felt guilty that the other guy ended up losing his job over something that was his idea.
Yeah, the other thing I talked about was there was another writer there, older comic, black guy, he had a kid, and I got paid more than him, and I thought that was wild because he was older than me, had a child, we're doing the exact same job, and I'm some 20-year-old fuckhead white guy, I'm gonna get paid more than him. I brought that up. And one of the things I didn't like about the way some of the V stuff shook out was, yeah, I was talking to this other writer, like, it's fucked up, you know, that's how the pay is, and I want you to get paid more, you know, because you deserve to get paid more. You know, I don't have a kid. And he didn't want to rock the boat. He desperately didn't want to rock the boat. He's just, I like my job. I like, you know, because when you grow up with, you know, nothing, not to say that he did, but I know I did, you know. You get a little something, you don't want to lose it. So he didn't want to rock the boat. But he said, hey man, if that's how you feel, you know, like if that's, like, I trust you. He stood with me. He went to that meeting with me. And I said my piece and he backed me up. And I said, I need XYZ or I'm out of here. And they said, bet. And they gave me a severance check the next day. And they gave him a severance check the next day. And if I knew he was going to lose his job too, I wouldn't have done it. Me, I was over the moon. I was like, you're going to give me a check and I get to leave? You know, I don't get to deal with the yeah, how many Orbeez can I fit up my asshole every day? You know, and I get to go home and you're going to pay me to leave. I was over the moon. And he was devastated. He did not want. I said, he just wanted to be in the room, you know? And I really regret that. But, you know, me and him were really still tight. We're still good friends.
But yeah, he then goes on to explain how all the charity work that Mr. Beast does, he really only does that to make himself look like a good guy and help boost his image.
Do you think Jimmy really enjoys doing good and helping people?
I think Jimmy wants to be the best YouTuber. I think he is laser focused on one goal. And I think whatever he has to do to achieve that goal, he'll do. And I think it was the smartest decision for him that he calculated, because he's very good with numbers. If I donate to charity, people can't say I'm shitty. If I give this homeless guy 10K, what do you mean I'm a bad guy? But I've always thought, if you're going to do something nice for somebody and you stick a camera in their face while you do it, that you didn't do a nice thing for somebody. You gained something. There was a homeless guy on the street and you saw an opportunity for yourself and your image, and you gave one guy $10,000 who needed it to eat, and now the revenue you generated from that video is way more than what you gave. I think when he's generous on camera, it's the least authentic thing in the world.
And apparently when he vocalized his opinions on this thing, he started getting punished by being included in less and less videos. So it looks like his ego was probably pretty hurt off of that comment if he just went as far as to straight up not include the man in as many videos.
Oh, it's so good for the camera if you could... Oh, it made me uncomfortable that I was working there, and I didn't like it, and I vocalized it sometimes. And I think that's why I wasn't on camera as much as they said I was going to be. I was told at one point that I was going to be like fourth banana, it was going to be Jimmy, Chris, Chandler, me, and then that never happened. And I remember talking about that, like, hey, I thought my contract said XYZ. And then I got the severance checks. So, whatever, all that regard.
To be honest, I could see that being true because I remember when Mr. Beast did a collab with this food reviewer, Keith Lee and Mr. Beast ended up doing a video together where the premise was that Keith Lee was going to give an unbiased opinion on Mr. Beast's Feastable bars. And that's exactly what he did. He did an unbiased review about the chocolate, he gave his honest opinion on them, and it looks like Mr. Beast was not happy with that. You can literally see in real time Mr. Beast's ego getting hurt.
And how would you compare that to him?
It's a little too sweet.
To live with that?
It's not bad. It is a lot sweeter than what I would like, though. 7 out of 10.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
We're still figuring it out.
That's a good start. It's a good starting spot, though.
All right, you know what? Let's wrap up. All right, here, I got it. Here. You're gonna like this one, right? You like salt? I mean, you as a sea salt guy. I'm gonna get rid of these.
I love salt. No, I want the try those.
You just don't. Trust me. You're a dark chocolate kind of guy. Yes.
Okay.
If I can read the room. The room is red.
Okay, Jimmy. Not crazy, but it is good. And when you compare it to Hershey's, absolutely. When
That's
you
all
compare it to Hershey's, it is.
I agree. You are so right. I'm gonna slam this chair.
God bless you guys. Have an amazing day.
Can I flip the table to end it?
Do whatever you feel comfortable with.
So yeah, I wouldn't put it past him to do something like that. But yeah, now let's actually go ahead and talk about arguably the most serious thing that was exposed in this video, and that's the fact that Jake Weddle was asked to participate in a video that was basically like one of those solitary confinement challenges. Basically, he gets paid a certain amount of money for every day that he lasts. He starts out with a whole bunch of stuff, and then slowly it starts getting taken away, and that's when the challenge gets harder. But Jake Weddle was promised that the challenge wasn't going to be nearly as hard as it actually was. They were all on the phone talking about, oh, it's really not going to be that hard. First 25 days is going to be a breeze. The last 5 days is the only thing you really need to worry about, and even then, it'll be pretty easy. That's basically what they told him before he got himself into this challenge. And for one, the conditions in that video were actually horrible. The hot tub wasn't connected to any filtration system. The showers were cold as hell. The set had just been painted, so he was basically just inhaling fresh paint for the duration of the challenge. And apparently when Jake Weddle asked for the lights to be turned off during the nighttime so he could sleep, the production team literally said no because they wanted to film time lapses of him sleeping, which is literally a war crime. That's a form of torture.
I don't know how much this is true, but in that video with Keith Lee, you could tell that Mr. Beast was like, you stupid N-word. Why can't you just do what I tell you to do? And then you got Kai Cenat, N-words like Kai Cenat and them that they'll suck up a white man. I mean, most black people will kiss white women ass. It just doesn't sit right with my soul. Like, it's weird. Like, they will kiss white people's ass, but a nigger, they'll be like, oh, I'll kill a nigger. It's weird.
They try to make the pitch sound like it's going to be like a walk in the park. The pitch is 100 days in solitary confinement, But don't worry, like you only have to last like 30. We have like a video. They're pitching it like at first it's gonna be like a luxury vacation. You're gonna have like a hot tub and an ice cream machine, and like part of the video is gonna be you deciding like what items am I gonna get rid of, today, and it's like the choice. They were like, it's only gonna be bad for you to last like 5 days tops when you have like nothing left. You're the first. It's gonna be like a breeze for most of it. And so I thought, well, if I have to do this. If I have to do solitary confinement in order to do the things I want to do, then I will do that. That I held my tongue and I swallowed my pride and I tried to do one last ride. And I get there. And at first it's fine. And they had just freshly painted the set. You could smell it, which that's probably not good, the smell of fresh paint in your surroundings for the next XYZ time. It looked good on the visual. It looks good on camera. It's movie magic bullshit. It was a terrible facility. It was in one of the studios. They had to get a separate tank for
White people did away with war crimes against humanity. Yeah, they just did away with it. There's not really no challenge to it. It must be good to be white. It must be crazy. It must be so crazy that if you white and with power, influence, and money, you literally can do what you want. There's no challenge in the world for you besides yourself. And everybody be like, oh, you're the only challenge in your life. I'm the challenge because I'm poor. They're the challenge because they want to figure out how they can ruin the world even more.
Septic stuff. Yeah, there was a hot tub in it. Yeah, there was an ice cream machine. Things were cool and funny on paper. But when you think about stuff, a hot tub, if not connected to a filtration system, give it 3 days, it's gonna stink. There's not a hot water mechanism, so the hot tub was a lukewarm tub at best, which was a silly complaint, but the shower was always cold, and you're taking a quick shower, and I had cameras 24/7 on me, and it got to a point where they weren't turning the lights off. I asked them, I said, can we have nighttime hours? And they said no, because it would fuck up the time-lapse shots. The time-lapse of what? Me sleeping? Or me not sleeping?
They were literally willing to torture this man just to get some random time-lapse shots. And to rub salt in the wound, apparently one of those days, Mr. Beast ended up pulling up, and he asked the director to ask Jake Weddle to lie and say how thankful he was to be able to pay off his student debt.
And then Jimmy would come in every other day for an hour, to check in on me because he's doing other.
What if this is Mr. Beast doing what is that thing called? Pulling a double agent. He's hiring these people to say bad things about him to boost his numbers even more. What if he's orchestrating all of this? Why people do wild things? I don't think people understand.
Other stuff. I'm just the guy in the cage over here. He'll come back to me in a minute. And so he'd come by, he'd get the shots, he'd leave. Sometimes he'd have a note for the director over the phone. That would really piss me off. This is the note I got from the director, from Jimmy, when I'm receiving some cash. He said, Jimmy said, can you say to the camera how thankful you are?
I almost forgot. The fact that the 20-year-old white man was like, yo, the older black dude has the same experience and does the same work as me. Why am I getting paid more? And they was like, well, because we don't like paying black people. Why are you questioning that? You should be on our side. That's so crazy. White people, even the ones that you think is not real, not evil, tend to be evil.
That now you can pay back your student loans. You know how hard it was to do a take of that? And pretend to make it genuine? I don't want to have student loans. I don't want to be in a cage. But Jimmy's the guy with the money, and if you do what he says, he'll do what you want. You want your student loans paid off? You just be in this cage. And you have power over people. When one person doesn't have resources and the other one does, and they hold it over your head, and you go, of course, yeah, I agreed to it.
So yeah, long story short, there were not good enough conditions for Jake Weddle to actually complete this challenge, and he ended up having to bail out of it because of some really bad mental health problems that he ended up getting from this. It was so bad that when describing the whole situation in the interview, he almost started breaking down crying. Well, not almost, he did just straight up start crying because of this. Which goes to show that participating in one of these Mr. Beast challenges that don't end up getting posted on YouTube is probably so goddamn traumatic and can give people PTSD. Like, imagine putting someone in solitary confinement, never turning off the lights just to get some better footage, having the worst possible conditions in the set, and then taking advantage of the fact that the guy needs money, so obviously he's going to participate in the challenge. And so after Jake Weddle ended up bailing out of the challenge due to some serious mental health problems that he got from it, one, he was only compensated for the amount of time that he actually spent and participated in the challenge, even though he had to bail out because of the conditions that the production team themselves put him through, which was something that was completely out of his control. And so Jake Weddle goes on to explain a conversation that he had with Mr. Beast after this whole thing, and from his point of view, he says that Mr. Beast did that fake sympathy thing, pretending to care about the guy's mental health, and according to Jake Weddle, he almost said, "We don't want to get sued."
He was sitting in the chair, turned around like an evil villain. Swear to God, everyone was looking at me, and he was like Lex Luthor over there. He turns around, he stands up. He does the exact same thing when he's pretending to have a human connection. You know when you're watching a video and he's like, "Oh, stop! You're gonna make me cry," and he like touches his eye or whatever as if he's crying. He's just. I didn't have to pretend to do that shit. She says, as if rehearsed by his lawyers. Yeah, you know, your mental health's the most important thing. You know, just want to make sure you're okay. And the last thing we want you to do is. I can almost hear the word "Sue" come out of his mouth. The S. He
You could tell though that the fact that he wants people to call him Mr. Beast is strange enough, but I think I think a lot of governments profit off of strange people that dwell into child pornography, child sex trafficking. So people with a lot of money get to get away with stuff like that. I'm not saying that Mr. Beast does that, but I'm saying people like him, yeah.
He just stopped right before I got out. He goes, "Think of it this way. At least you get to keep what you earned."
But yeah, there's also a couple more allegations in this video, not just Jake Weddle and the horrible shit that he went through. So Dogpack ends up sharing a Google Doc in this video, a Google Doc called "How to Succeed in Mr. Beast Production," and one of the terms that they have is "No does not mean no," which is a crazy headliner any way that you want to put it, but I'm just gonna show you guys the clip.
When dealing with people outside Mr. Beast Productions, never take no at face value. If we need a store to buy everything inside of, and you can call the local Dollar Tree, and the person that answers says, "No, you can't film here," that literally doesn't mean shit. Talk to other employees and see if they are fans or if any have kids that are fans. Try talking to their boss's boss. Have me DM them on Twitter and try their social team. If all avenues are exhausted and you are left with a no, that doesn't mean don't try the other Dollar Trees, because the manager of those could be huge fans and willing to bend the rules. Basically what I'm trying to convey is what we call pushing through no. Don't stop because one person told you no. Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted. This is one of many tools that when combined dramatically improve your probability of success when producing here.
So Mr. Beast is basically encouraging his workers to be manipulative and do whatever they can in order to do what Mr. Beast wants, and obviously if they can't do that, then they have the threat of losing their job, so they're going to try their hardest to play by Mr. Beast's rules, and his entire company's premise is basically just promoting shady business practices. Yeah, now let's actually move on to Mr. Beast apparently not cleaning up any of the filming sets that he ends up trashing. So you guys know this video right here, "Protect the Yacht, Keep It." At the end of this video, Mr. Beast explicitly states that they ended up cleaning everything.
And if you're wondering, yes, we did ensure the lake was completely cleaned up after this video. For the love of God, subscribe so we can pass T-Series.
Well, that's actually not true. There was a lot of trash and debris that ended up getting left over from this video, and apparently now, even to this day, there's still a lot of debris in that lake.
Yeah, so he says at the end of the video that they made sure it was cleaned up. I was actually on site for part of this production. I was at this camp. So I decided to send an email out to the camp, basically saying, hey, I heard these rumors, I'm investigating a similar incidents. And the camp responded, actually not denying the claims, going on to say, I am sure that there are no perfect film productions, just as there are no perfect people. I am grateful for the opportunity that we had to host the production crew, and because grace, or forgiveness, has been offered to me so freely, I will choose to offer the same. So clearly alluding to the fact that there was a wrongdoing by Mr. Beast's production team. And that's like sort of the thing is, if you're around Greenville, you know these stories of people working with Mr. Beast and it being extremely unprofessional, them not doing what they say, but they sort of get by a lot on their good public image. And like, I mean, this camp offered to host them completely for free. And I guarantee, like, if you went to the lake at the camp and you went magnet fishing, like you'd find all sorts of debris that's still there to this day. Like, they didn't clean it all up.
But yeah, in this video, Dogpack also very briefly goes over some other serious allegations of a bunch of female contestants that participated in Mr. Beast videos, and them getting sleep deprived and some of the cameramen wanting to bang them. There's a third video coming out from Dogpack that's probably gonna go a little bit more into detail about this thing. But yeah, to put it short, it really is not looking good for Mr. Beast's reputation. It's actually crazy just the amount of stuff that's coming out about this thing, and we still have yet to watch part 3, so it looks like this drama is only gonna get more interesting. Hopefully Mr. Beast can eventually respond to all these allegations. He's probably just waiting for the third part to come out. It'd be ass if he just completely ignored all of this stuff and just
New Dogpack 404 video dropped exposed.
I'm hungry! Alright, jokes for food! I wish a philanthropist YouTuber would just give me 10K and not film it! Hey! Hey! What the hell happened to you? Mr. Beast, that's what happened to me!
What we do here is go!
And I'll make sure stuff like that. I'm not really going to get into those claims because, for one, like, most people want to stay anonymous, which I understand. And also, like, I think most of that stuff's just been covered with you know, the news coming out about Beast Games and everything. And also I have like more serious allegations that I want to start covering. Also, I heard from a very credible source that Mr. Beast has been sitting on a response to part 1 because he was worried if he posted it, I would instantly respond with part 2, you know, like this is Kids Bop, Kendrick Lamar vs. Drake. Also, I know Mr. Beast's secret CEO has been practically like harassing my people on, you know, hey, what's in part 2? What does he know? So I will just tell you, James, what will be in part 3, so you don't have to harass my people. It will be about serious allegations of sexual misconduct in the company and your direct involvement in covering up those crimes. And I'll make sure to give you full credit and plaster your face all over the screen when we talk about that. So yeah, I've gotten dozens of messages from former Mr. Beast employees of very serious allegations. So I just want to put a call to action at the start of this video that, you know, if you have a story, you can DM me. Just make sure you send proof of employment first, because I get a lot of DMs. And like, as much as I meme and joke around, like, I take anonymity very seriously, so without explicit permission, I don't go public with anything. And obviously, if it goes to court, I would hope they would censor your information from the court documents. I don't know. Oh, and former contestants too. That's another thing I heard after posting my last video is during the 100 Boys versus Girls video, I have people corroborating the same story that the camera guy who gave the girls a drone was making some girls feel uncomfortable. You trap these girls in a circle and make them sleep on rough turf and get them high on paint fumes, and then you try to f them.
Okay, that seems really dark.
No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me, bro.
I think I am.
Yeah, you are. Because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No.
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Anyway, so that will be part 3. So, you know, Mr. Beast, do with that information what you will. I know Chucky didn't want to respond to those allegations. So anyway, my interview with Jake Weddle, I chose to interview him because I thought he was perfect because he was both on camera and behind the scenes in 2019 and 2020. And also, what people don't know is that he came back in 2021 to be the sole contestant of a MrBeast video, which never got uploaded because it went very badly. He also knows about another portable document format who was working at MrBeast while actually on the registry. And I'll get more into that story at the end of the video. So I got his DM, drove straight to New York overnight, did not sleep, just drank a bunch of caffeine, and I also only had one microphone in the interview, which he's wearing. So it's mostly just him talking. Also, like, final thing, people said my last video started slow. This video also starts slow. It builds up over time, but I'll do the retention thing and say, the ending will blow your mind. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay, Jake Weddle, everybody.
I'm Jake Weddle. Most people who, if you know me from MrBeast, I'm a deep cut. I'm in a few of the videos, sometimes maybe purposefully kept to the shadows a little bit. I'm in the cutting room floor a lot of the time. But I've been in some videos, I've worked on a lot of them. I was there from 2019 to 2020, 2021-ish when I came back and did some more. I was there when they were authentic, and then I saw the transition to what I feel like is a company. He's like a TV show now. It went from YouTuber guy with a camera to Amazon. The culture around there was very unspoken, but there was a vibe. There was half the people who, if you made Jimmy happy, you were on the good half. And these people got random bonuses and were usually moved up, had more screen time. And then there was people who, if you had a disagreement or butt heads with Jimmy or just you didn't like it, you were in the other half. And I consistently was in the half that Jimmy doesn't like me. That's fine. I don't like him either. It's okay. Oh, that feels so good to say. I don't like Jimmy. I hate you so much. He didn't want anyone to get more popular or have more of a way out necessarily. Like, oh, I'm doing my Twitch thing on the side. Don't do that because you could get famous and leave and talk about me negatively. And I could tell that the yes men were, doing well. And I was, disgruntled for quite some time. So I've talked to reporters, right? Like publicly. And I've always had to choose my words very, very carefully because I don't want to say anything I don't stand behind, obviously. So I used to talk to people.
And the person that answers says, no, you can't film here. That literally doesn't mean shit. Talk to other employees and see if they are fans or if any have kids that they're very they're financially incentivized to be manipulative and sort of they're put in positions where.
This is some deep shit. I skipped that other part because we basically watched it in that other video, but damn, this is deep. Money, power, respect. He living that life.
Where it's like, oh, it's either the producer's job or a civilian's job. Like where it talks about, hey, maybe the manager would be willing to bend the rules. Well, you shouldn't really be pressuring civilians to bend the rules that could get them fired, I'll show you a real life example. This is unused evidence from part 1. I had seen this Reddit post titled MrBeast leaving trash behind and debris at film site in Ayden, North Carolina. Apparently he left a large boat in a pond as well as debris around the film site in the bottom of the pond weeks and weeks after the agreed time frame. This actually rendered it unsafe for campers and almost delayed the camp's opening date multiple times due to not being able to get in contact with MrBeast to get the stuff cleaned up out of the area. So I actually know that this is from a MrBeast video called Protect the Yacht, Keep It. Where at the end of that video, he actually says...
And if you're wondering, yes, we did ensure the lake was completely...
At some point, you gotta realize, this motherfucker, to get this big on YouTube, to be this influential on YouTube, the motherfucker has to be a sociopath. Because this is crazy shit he's doing. He's doing full-length movies, building sets from scratch, he's doing, of course, he's probably stepping on people's throats. He's probably ransacking people. To get this rich, to get this powerful, to get this famous, he's probably really an awful person. Not even probably. His facial reactions to the Keith Lee shit was good enough for me to know that he's probably evil, to a different degree. And do you accept that from people? Do you they're rich, they're evil. Most rich people are evil people. They donate to charities because they don't like to have the light shine on them. Whatever in the dark turns to light. Not necessarily, but the fact that a lot of people donate to charities, they really don't believe in them. They don't care about them. They get their money back in returns, in some type of benefits, dividends, all sorts of stuff. The super rich like he is, they don't really care about donating. That's just something to say you do, so people to be like, no, he would never touch kids, or she would never have indentured servitude in her house. And it's like, well, just because they donated $12 million to a charity for underserved kids, they did some serving, and sometimes from them kids. So, I don't like the, no.
Cleaned up after this video. For the love of God, subscribe so we can pass T-Series.
Yeah, so he says at the end of the video that they made sure it was cleaned up. I was actually on site for part of this production. I was at this camp. So I decided to send an email out to the camp, basically saying, hey, I heard these rumors. I'm investigating similar incidents. And the camp responded, actually not denying the claims, going on to say, I am sure that there are no perfect film productions, just as there are no perfect people. I am grateful for the opportunity that we had to host the production crew, and because grace, or forgiveness, has been offered to me so freely, I will choose to offer the same. So clearly alluding to the fact that there was a wrongdoing by Mr. Beast's production team. And that's like sort of the thing is, if you're around Greenville, you know these stories of people working with Mr. Beast and it being extremely unprofessional, them not doing what they say. But they sort of get by a lot on their good public image. And like, I mean, this camp offered to host them completely for free. And I guarantee, like, if you went to the lake at the camp and you went magnet fishing, like, you'd find all sorts of debris that's still there to this day. Like, they didn't clean it all up. So in the case of Jake Weddle, like, I'm sure that there were producers who were in a position of, hey, if Jake gets out early, we don't have a video and your job is at risk. So there's a
One thing I have to say about him, I hate his voice. Good content. Hate the fuck out of his voice. It's wheezy. Or, I don't know. It's just, I know that type of person that, I know talking to him would probably make me feel uneasy, so I would probably start to develop hatred towards him. And that's not his fault. It's my fault.
a tremendous amount of pressure on top of like him being delirious from not sleeping and everything to just manipulate him into staying. Which, you know, I'm sure this isn't like technically against the Geneva Convention on torture because he wasn't technically a prisoner. Like he could have left at any time, but because of the extreme pressure to stay in, it's not really a reasonable expectation that he could have just, you know, walked out.
Because of the implication.
I think Jimmy is a awkward kid who maybe, had it a little rough growing up. I can't speak on that, but I do have empathy for it because I had it rough growing up. And I think when you're hyper fixated on something, like I love stand-up, he loves YouTube, everyone, fixates on a thing, I think he just wanted to be the best YouTuber so bad. And because the industry's metrics, rewarded some not great behavior, if you're just going on autopilot based on what the numbers say, you can do some things that maybe aren't good, but reap reward.
Also, shout out to the 2-3 people tapped into the live view. Thank you all. You're lovely people. Truly lovely people. Like, you should be awarded for being such lovely people. If you can't see them doing this with my hands, you should be rewarded for being such amazing people. Truly, you're amazing people. Thank you for tuning in.
Award, and I think Jimmy just did what the industry and maybe what the system that we have set up demanded.
Like, I can't tell if this is a spoof or not. Like, the world we about to live in the next 10 years is about to be sick. Like, somebody won't be able to tell if they slept with a woman or a man. Or both. If that's what floats your boat, floats your boat. But that ain't float your boat, you're going to be mad. You're like, damn, I should just stay with my bitch back in 2024. Now I'm out here fucking men. Now I'm fucking around. Sorry about that. Sorry.
and he didn't care who got hurt. And I think Jimmy surrounded himself with really, really not so great people, and those people were the ones making the decisions. And I want to say, really important, there are so many good people that work at Mr. Beast who are damn good at their jobs. Like, when Jimmy comes in and asks for something impossible, it's these people's jobs to do it. And they shouldn't be able to make it happen, and they do. And so, I don't think people wanted to talk about stuff.
Like, maybe I'm not around white people enough, even though I live in Colorado. That just seems so fake. Like, is Mr. Beast the devil in disguise, or is he orchestrating an entire movie in front of everybody? If that would be crazy. Hey, bro, put me in it. I'm in it. I'm in it to win it now. I am in the Mr. Beast film. My character is a black man who wants to know why you treat your black or two black employees bad. Yeah, that's me.
Because I didn't want my friends to lose their jobs. I don't care about my fucking job. I'll die in a hole. I don't care. But I don't want my friends to lose their jobs. You know? I don't want anyone's reputation to be fucked. You know? But let's just go back to my dad for a second, if I may. My dad was like a swim coach, neighborhood swim team. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved it. Behind closed doors, he's a real piece of shit. And so, when stuff starts hitting the fan,
it might not be fake, because most white people's parents be assholes. So, my dad's a piece of shit. And you'd be like, oh no, he really is. Damn. Feel bad for you, Johnny. Depp-looking ass motherfucker. Nah, I'm playing.
What? Him? No. Surely. And then, everyone, thought my mom was the bitch, for not, the day the news broke, that he did what he did to one of the students of the team. And it's like, when that comes out, you're not surprised, You just go. When I saw my dad in the news, I said, oh, you idiot. Like, I was like, no, what? I was, dumbass, god damn it. But I wasn't surprised. And it was just consequences happening to somebody who was really good at avoiding them for a long time. And I don't know, everybody loved.
When Mr. Beast joked about child raping, this movie dark as hell. Shit. He's like, my dad, I wasn't surprised that my dad did it. Like, oh my God, you wasn't surprised? Or you?
Loves Jimmy, and behind closed doors, he is not super great. And that image is cultivated purposefully and intentionally. And it's branding, it's marketing, it's YouTube.
Okay, so I guess, just one final question on a serious note. Obviously, the Ava Chris Tyson drama, and, that's a known issue of traditional media. Did you witness or hear about any sexual misconduct at the company?
It's crazy. I probably hung out with Ava the most out of the main cast, just because I was on Beast Hacks, now Beast Reacts. I don't know if it's still out. That was a lot of fun because it was just, being silly and goofy in front of the camera. And Ava was the only person who was willing to film. Everybody else was too busy or didn't want to, and I was just trying to do my job. Sometimes there'd be like an offhanded joke that's a little gross. I mean, I'm a stand-up, so I'm very desensitized to that. I didn't hear anything that was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, when I saw, the reason I messaged you instead of talking to reporters sweetly like I have been was when I saw the Discord stuff because when I got there, it was like 2019. So I guess if the timelines add up, that would have been like handled, for lack of a better term, And then they started bringing more people on. Maybe they thought they had that under the rug. All right, we handled that. Now let's bring in some writers. And when I saw it, all that stuff start coming out, and the potentiality as of this moment of recording. I know this has been happening fast and stuff has been coming out so fast. Just the potential that Jimmy could have been in those Discord chats, or even the potential that he participated in those Discord chats. After the shit he did to me, if you're gonna make fun of my dad, I don't care what happens to me and my career and reputation after this. I had to say some stuff. So whatever happens at this point.
Outside of Chris Tyson, did you notice any or hear about any sexual misconduct at the company?
I've heard rumors. I can't confirm or deny anything. I don't have any tangible evidence, but I've heard stuff that if it could be investigated, that'd be great. But it's like water cooler talk. But I've heard things, yes, of course. I heard, people have been let go for sexually assaulting some very young people. The idea that Jimmy didn't know, or that Jimmy was covering stuff up. He didn't want stuff to come out. He's very careful about his image. The tangible proof that he knew but covered it up. How do you prove that, Well, there was a known sex offender, registered sex offender, convicted sex offender on the registry and everything, who worked there. And you can, someone pees in public, you're on the registry, you get it. You can still have a job after you're on that's one thing. You go to prison, you get rehabilitated, that's one thing. If you do your time, that's fine. I think there should be rehabilitation in this country. But that guy, from what I hear, I can't confirm or deny, from what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people. And they knew that. And he's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people. And they covered up the fact that not only did he work there, but he was like the manager when it all started. And that he knew, and because he'll be in videos, he'll be in thumbnails, he'll be around. And whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender? And that your face can be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender with a physical mask? Do I have to? Is it?
Yeah, he probably did some stuff, and Mr. Beast is allegedly probably involved in all of it. Powerful people be involved in I think there's like a rite of passage that you have to do that. Let's see what the lead attorney's talking about real quick.
Lead attorney here. Hope you guys are doing well, man. Listen. Oh my God, what day is it? Oh, it's a Friday. It is a Friday. How are y'all doing, man? Listen, I am glad that this week is coming to a close. When will this trial come to a close? Am I streaming? Oh, there we go. Your boy was lagging, man. You could tell this a Friday. Let me turn me up on the ones and the two. Ooh, that's too loud. Turn me up. Man, sorry I'm late. I had to get some top. Who know about this? Who know about top? Who know about this? This Topo Chico. Who know about put a yes in the chat if you know about Topo Chico. Now, this is the grapefruit version. I ain't even like it, but sometimes by failing to object, after being informed of the judge's meeting with the jury outside of the presence of counsel. What is she saying here, guys? Now, I don't really like it. She's saying, listen, there was a secret meeting, but she said at the very end of court that day, it was announced in open court that attorney Love or Hilton, one of these attorneys said, hey, judge, we want to have a secret meeting with you. And it was said in open court, and no attorney for the defense said anything. Now, because it was super late in the day and they were going to everybody was going to wrap up, they probably missed it. They probably just like, whatever. But here's the thing. There are secret meetings and then there are secret meetings. And so the defense counsel itself had some secret meetings with the judge. It's not a problem to have a secret meeting necessarily. The problem occurs when stuff goes down in the secret meeting that's improper, right? That's when there's a problem. You know, if some of y'all, me and y'all got wives, right? And y'all's wives work. Y'all, they work. This is not, 1940s anymore. If one of the coworkers invites your wife to lunch, and that happens whether you guys want to admit it or not. If I invite your wife to lunch, that's not necessarily a bad thing. We work together. So you don't have to get all crazy. What can happen though is that when I'm inviting her to lunch, now there can be an indecent proposal. Now something can go wrong. Now something occurred in that lunch to which you should object. But the judge is saying here, hey guys, they said that they were going to ask for a secret meeting and you guys didn't object. So y'all waived any objection. But it's like, we didn't know what the fuck was going to go on in the meeting. We didn't know there was going to be an indecent proposal. We didn't know that there was going to be witness intimidation. We didn't know that there was going to be witness tampering. We didn't know that there was going to be coercion. We didn't know that Woody was going to be subjected to all this pressure and start talking about, I did these crimes. We didn't know all of that. That wasn't supposed to happen. We didn't know that Judge Glanville was going to start misstating the law, going to start handing out Google printouts about what perjury is. None of that stuff should have happened.
The important part right there is that she said they were put on notice. And it's kind of like, all right, well, was that enough? Like, we didn't know what the subject matter of the meeting was going to be. So if you're saying, Judge, we were put on notice in that moment, is that a flimsy argument? Does it have substance?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's like, I could take your wife out to lunch and then we go back to the offices and all good. So what's the problem? Or I could take you out to lunch and then we stop by St. Regis for a couple hours till I take you back. Right? But if I just say, hey, we work together, we're going to go to lunch, you as a husband, you don't know to object to that. So I don't like what Judge Whitaker is saying here. It seems like she's trying to excuse all the BS that happened in that secret meeting. I hope y'all are following what I'm saying. At any rate, let's keep it going. Pick it up right here, AV.
As for the topic of this ex parte conference, defendant assigns nefarious intent to prosecutor Love and Hilton's representations about their interactions with Little Woody's main counsel, John Melnick. We have a footnote. The court at this point declines the invitation to so view their representations, but refers the prosecutors to its footnote 1 therein.
All right, so they keep talking. Oh, the footnote about the prosecutors. Well, all people have all attorneys have the duty to comport themselves with professionalism, and this is why the defense was so mad. Who's got brothers and sisters? Imagine when y'all are growing up, man, and your kids, and one of your siblings does something that's so terrible. Just, I don't know, steal something or does something, break something in the house. And then your mom comes home and spanks everybody in the house, talking about everybody needs to be on their best behavior and y'all get whoopings. It's like, what do you mean we all need to be on our best behavior? I didn't do anything. He broke that damn vase. He shouldn't have been in your room in the first place. I was playing Nintendo. I wasn't in your room snooping around. That's what Glanville would do all the time. The state would make some terrible violation, and then Judge Glanville will say, well, hey, the state and the defense team, all attorneys need to behave professionally. All attorneys have a duty to each other as brothers and sisters of the bar, when the defense counsel wasn't even doing anything. And so that's what this judge is saying. She's like, hey, the defendants claim that the prosecutors were behaving badly, so I'm just going to tell the prosecutors to refer to footnote 1. So she's telling the prosecutors to refer to footnote 1. Well, what the hell does footnote 1 say? Footnote 1 says the court reminds all counsel that every Georgia attorney is bound by rules of professionalism. Why are you saying all counsel if the defendants didn't do anything?
Yeah.
So this judge is doing the same damn thing that damn Glanville was doing. We thought this white woman was going to save us. With Dr. Umar, we thought she was a breath of fresh air. She doing the same thing. Oh man, we thought we were going to get something different. All right, let's keep going. Pick it up right here.
Defendant complains that comments by the predecessor judge.
Well, should have seen that coming. Shout out to Thud. Hey, Thud on that Mustard song. Beautiful. Beautiful. Man, he has an angel's voice. Please free him. Please, please, please. Let's see what's going on with. We're going to get to Bricc Baby. We're doing some miscellaneous people first. Not miscellaneous. Miscellaneous to this.
Version edited and uploaded by MSNBC, broken down by Tulsi Gabbard.
The thing is, the gaslighting is what bothers me.
Well, it all bothers me. It all bothers me, the fragility of the human mind. So everybody forever was like, Kamala Harris is the worst vice president. She's the least popular vice president of all time. And then in a moment in time, all of a sudden she's our solution. She's our hero. Everybody's with her. All these social media posts about her. Try Googling a negative story on her. You won't find one.
So,
ta-da!
Okay, you've got me started, Officer Harris. They've been doing this live for years. So in 2019, our pal Tulsi absolutely nuked her in that second debate. And if you looked at charts at the time, she's kind of, Officer Harris is like doing okay. First debate she comes out, Joe Biden, you're a racist. The Democrats were looking for an alternative to Bernie Sanders that wasn't Biden. She starts going up in the polls, right? Second debate comes out. Tulsi, being a good Hawaiian, knows how to roast the pig. Just completely slams her. Not only that, she has no counterpunch. She goes on Anderson Cooper and she's like, well, I'm a top tier candidate, so of course people are going to take shots at me. That's her answer. She immediately starts going down in the polls. It's that day. You can see it on the chart I have on my Twitter. All the articles at the time that did an autopsy on Kamala Harris's failed campaign didn't mention Tulsi once.
Yeah.
It was BBC, LA Times, Reuters, New Yorker. A guy from the Washington Post just did a piece looking back on her campaign, didn't mention Tulsi either. They completely pretend it didn't happen.
Well, it just shows you that what they're looking for is not what they say they're looking for.
Yes.
Because she is a strong woman. She is a person who served overseas twice. She in a medical unit, so she got to see people blown up by the war. She was a congresswoman for 8 years.
Yeah.
She is a person of color. She's everything you want. All those things you want.
But
and you don't want her.
Because she's not for war.
Yes. Well, she's also just not willing to play ball. There's a game that's being played. And if you're like, hey, you're not supposed to fucking move the ball. Like, oh, look at this bitch over here. Like, get out of here. You're going to fuck up our game. It's not real. She's going to win.
No, she's not.
She can win. They just want no Trump, no matter what.
This is not reflective at all of the truth of what Joe Rogan said. And I think MSNBC has since taken this post down. But what's really serious here is that Not only does Joe Rogan deserve an apology, there's actually something far bigger at stake here. This is yet another example of how MSNBC is working hand in glove with the Democrat elite and the Kamala Harris campaign to try to spread lies, simply things that are not true. So what this means is MSNBC is a for-profit corporation. They are helping Kamala Harris's election campaign, and what they are doing through their platform.
They act like the Republicans don't play ball neither. Nigga, play ball. Nigga, if you ain't really like that, nigga, stop being act like you like that, boy. Play ball. The Democrats said, hey, Kamala, can you play ball or are you not about to play ball? She was like, hey, I'll play ball. The other chick they talking about, or I think it's her. No, the other chick they talking about ain't no play ball. So how you expect her to play ball? And I'm not even defending Kamala. Anyways, I was gonna say she might be just like Broderick.
Form would qualify as an in-kind contribution to her campaign. It's worth a lot of money. The fact that they are doing this should require the Federal Elections Commission that manages campaign spending and campaign finance, require them to report this as an in-kind campaign contribution or to be punished for abusing their position in trying to use their platform that has nothing to do with journalism. It is purely a propaganda platform, and that they are using this in order to try to help Kamala Harris get elected.
And this is not the first time Joe Rogan has been used as a propaganda tool by the mainstream news. Most people know about the famous example when CNN claimed Joe was taking horse dewormer and edited his Instagram video to make his skin look yellow and gross because he was able to quickly recover from COVID without the vaccine. This was another instance where Joe probably could have sued one of these news networks, but that time he chose to embarrass one of their anchors on his massive platform instead.
The rest of them are all lying about me taking horse medication. And we should talk about that.
That bothered you.
It should bother you too. They're lying at your network about people taking human drugs versus drugs from veterinary.
Calling it a horse dewormer is not a flattering thing. I get that.
It's a lie. It's a lie on a news network, and it's a lie that's a willing lie that they're conscious of. It's not a mistake.
Yeah.
They're unfavorably framing it as veterinary medicine.
Did you see that thing that the FDA put out?
What did the FDA put out?
It was a tweet, and it was snarky. I admit it. They said, you are not a horse, you are not a cow, stop taking this stuff, or something like that.
Why would you say that when you're talking about a drug that's been given out to billions and billions of people, a drug that was responsible for one of the inventors of it making the
Nobel Prize.
The Nobel Prize in 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
a drug that has been shown to stop viral replication in vitro. You know that, right? Why would they lie and say that's horse dewormer? I can afford people medicine, motherfucker. This is ridiculous. It's just a lie.
I don't think anyone is...
But don't you think that a lie like that is dangerous on a news network when you know that they know they're lying? You know that they know that I took medicine, like, here it is. This is ivermectin.
You got it with
right
you.
Here. Somebody gave it to me.
All right, hang on. The thing is, we're like going so fast. Like I feel like I'm missing.
Do you think that's a problem that your news network lies?
Well, I don't.
Dude,
I mean, what did they say?
They lied
What did
and
they
said
say?
I was taking horse dewormer. First of all, it was prescribed to me by a doctor.
Yeah.
Along
They
with
shouldn't have said
a
it was
bunch
horse.
of other medications.
If you got a human pill, because there were people that were taking it, the veterinary medication, and you're not, obviously. You got it from a doctor, so that it shouldn't be called that. Ivermectin can be a very effective medication for parasitic disease, and as you say, it's probably, I think what, 250 million people have taken it around the world?
More,
I get that.
Way more.
So
way more. Billions of people have taken it.
Can I just come back to the one I want to talk about? Two things on the ledger.
You have, before we get to that, does it bother you that the news network you work for out and out lied, just outright lied about me taking horse dewormer?
They shouldn't have said that.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
You didn't ask? You didn't think that was you're the medical guy over there.
I didn't ask. I should have asked before
but they
coming
did
on
it
your
with
podcast.
such glee.
No,
yes,
Joe.
they did. I watched.
You watched?
I watched.
You watched? No, I don't think there's glee.
They did.
I don't. No one takes.
Joe Rogan says he has COVID, taking livestock drug despite warnings. Yeah.
Jamie had to pull this up.
You want to play it?
Does she
This
have
is
glee?
your news network.
I'm gonna watch.
Let's see.
I'm gonna watch.
Rogan telling his 13 million Instagram followers that he was treated with several drugs, and he included ivermectin on the list, a drug used for livestock. the FDA and the CDC warn against using to treat COVID.
Turns out I got COVID.
Look at they put a yellow
we
filter on
immediately
me
threw
too.
the kitchen sink at it. All kinds of meds. Monoclonal
You see the original
antibodies,
video versus that? I look like shit there.
ivermectin, Z-Pak,
Do you know that?
I think you look good.
Pause. It's enough.
prednisone. The point is, that's a lie.
It can be used for humans. I get it. I totally.
Not just could be used for humans, is often used for humans, along with all the other drugs I took. All human drugs.
Yes.
They know it's a human drug.
It's right. But
they lied.
The thing.
It's defamatory.
It is. Yeah, they shouldn't have done that.
It's defamatory, right?
Well, I don't know if it's defamatory.
I bet it is.
Well, I'm not a lawyer.
It's a lie.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Holy hell, Joe Rogan a powerful white man. He's like the literal opposite of Mr. Beast. I think he's a true white dude. I swear to God, if I ever get to do on Joe Rogan, I'm going to do on Joe Rogan. I don't care that he said, hey, I walked into a club with some niggas and I thought it was Planet of the Apes. That's a funny joke. Anyways, I just said that a little bit. Fuck you. Anyways, Joe Rogan, if I ever did the come on your show, boy, it's going to be a grand time. I might smoke weed with you. Dead homies. You feel me? How you, and I don't think they have enough y'all to try to kill him, but they will make him his life a living hell. He'll just keep calling it out. I don't know. Play ball. You don't see why I keep saying it like that.
You can have nuanced discussions about this.
No,
right?
you can't.
Yeah,
you can't have nuanced discussions about lying about someone taking horseshoe
There
worm.
was no glee, by the way.
I'm really not sure why they keep testing Joe Rogan. It's pretty clear at this point he is not going to let the mainstream media get away with blatant lies involving his name. But what was even their plan making this Joe Rogan, Kamala Harris ping trip video that has him endorsing a candidate he's been openly disgusted with for years? It's just such a wild move by a news organization with 2 million TikTok followers to edit that and upload it, to say the least. Also, I know that people enjoy comedy as an escape from these kind of topics, so I just want to make it clear that during this election season, we're not going to get political, but I also think it makes sense to cover big stories that involve comedians. Plus, the mainstream news has been messing with Joe Rogan for years now, so winning this case would actually be some sweet justice. Almost as sweet as you pressing subscribe to this channel, our second channel, Clip World. It's like the first channel, but with less subscribers. And you can change that right now.
All right, let's see what Bricc DW Flame. I want to listen to this song. It only has 55,000 views. Where is this video at? Crash out. I don't want to react to Buddies because he's never mind. Where's the crash out at? There's nothing about that in here. VW Flame crashes on my birthday. Let's see.
OT Genesis or Vince Staples?
Ouch.
Got him.
I could take a shot.
Okay, I love that. Finally, we got you.
I can't pick one.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Well, I'm sure you're still babysitting your last one, so.
Well, you seen a little bit that was like
There,
that?
yes, we all do.
Hey, everyone got to, everyone going at their own pace.
No, exactly.
We can't force nobody to do anything around here that they don't want to do.
This is a no pressure situation, but the
it is
rules
pressure.
are the rules. I mean,
I just fucked up. Flipped it on myself because I needed a whole shot. I knew that.
that's cool.
You got a napkin or anything for? Oh, no, you good. Yep.
Okay, I'll keep it cute.
Yeah, because I was going to get
There you
that
go.
shit first before I came here. I was like, cool, I got me a little haircut.
Right, it's all you need.
So they gonna
That
see.
will do.
Haircut. You know what I'm saying?
And the bonus is that we actually take shots with our guests.
Okay.
So that's nice. We're team players.
You poured me another one.
I did.
So that was, that fake one that you said that's
Correct.
in there, it don't count?
No, why would it?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's to the truth right now.
To the truth. All right.
Okay, Bricc Baby or Sharp?
Sharp.
Sharp. Okay.
Sharp.
That was a no-brainer, huh?
Sharp. Jeff, get his mic over here. Sharp.
I know that's right.
One more time.
Shout out to Sharp.
I'm gonna go with a nigga who's honest before a nigga who lies all the time.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep it G like that.
Hey, you think it's like I mean, obviously honest or whatever, but like, you think like just know that they on these cameras and they want to just say some shit just to say some shit, or?
Bro, I was amazed. Like low key, I found out I'm not built for
Like
the.
that.
I'm not built for the maybe no jumper podcast world,
right?
Because you can get your ass beat today, right? And then you would come on.
Someone go get dropped.
No, bro. And then you would come on no jumper tomorrow, like nigga, I beat the shit out that nigga, like. And then I'm kind of just like sitting there, like, okay, yeah, this ain't for me because niggas is really lying, like so. I'm kind of talking about Bricc Baby.
Right.
Seems like
Right,
let me
right,
give
right.
y'all a little miss.
Yeah.
That's what y'all. That's what
You know
y'all
it.
just
You know
led
it.
me into.
You know. That's what I said. You know the game.
I came to No Jumper genuine as a person genuine, and you know that Bricc Baby is kind of like from the opposite side of where I'm from. But I'm cool with black people. I love bringing them together. So I'm thinking I'm being genuine, and then I accidentally say some shit that's wrong. Cool, we have a good conversation, and I'll let you know I'm here. I'm true. And I apologize in the midst. I'm not even the type of nigga that apologize. But when I did that, boom, nigga keep lying, making up stories like they punked me, and you don't even gotta act like that because you're really my friend.
Yeah.
Why are you going to lie to people saying like, yeah, DW, like, come on, bro, be real. I ain't never broke it down for no. I have never did no bitch shit ever in my life.
Yeah.
But I've always been genuine.
That's how I even take it. This like seeing the shit. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. Like you said, like you see the shit playing out on camera and all that shit. So you know doing shit for the cameras and all that. And it do seem like like you was really like on some. You know what I mean? Like
I found out I can't compete with internet niggas.
Yeah.
Like so, I can go on the internet and be like, look, cuz this ain't what happened or this what happened. But he does this every day. Like get on here and lie every day and breathe this bullshit every day and really got fans who sit behind their computer every day who thinks he's a trilogy. And I'm sitting next to him and it look like I'm acting hard.
Right. Like you the muscle. Yeah.
I'm being normal. I walk in this bitch nice. Hey, how y'all doing? How you doing?
Right.
He has never felt a threat from me, but you know I'm a threat. But since I'm so humble and stumped down, it kind of like dumbs certain people's characters. Like what they say, a Chrysler look like a Bentley until you pull up a Bentley next to it. That's what happens.
Type shit.
You know what I'm saying? And I really wish the best for people.
You know, I feel like my like interpretation of shit like that, of niggas doing that, is like a lot of they rely on this to make their money. So they gonna say the most crazy shit to get them views, to get that. I don't want to be like that. You know, I want to be like on some like, nigga, we doing this, yeah, but this ain't.
I do like that they're like supporting the podcast in LA. That's facts. I do like that. DW, you need to join Community and you need to join Batch on Fed since they from the trades.
I'm not depending on this. I don't need you to say some weird shit or like to, you know what I mean?
I'm probably one of the only people who came to No Jumper who had motion before No Jumper. Like, okay, niggas can have contracts at No Jumper, but I got contracts on TV. Like, that still ain't nothing to me. That my kids eat up as soon as it come. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, I know that certain people might need that platform. So, I'm not going to go back and forth with you on the internet about it. Like, I want the best for you. And I want you to survive. These niggas in there be about to die.
Wait.
These niggas be about to die over shit they saying
On
for
some,
a crowd.
yeah, right. Like,
and I'm like, you saying
oh
the
God,
wrong
nigga,
shit? Do you know people finna come up here?
That's what I'm saying. Like they literally haven't come up there like the one day.
Niggas
Okay,
is
one
coming
day,
up there.
the next day, the same day.
They're not
like,
coming for me though.
Yeah, because you ain't. Yeah.
I don't know about the shit. Like, it's certain shit on the internet. It'd be like, people showed up to No Jumper for DW.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
It might not never be nobody who show up for me.
Right.
I'm coming outside.
Yeah, and it's just crazy though. It's like nigga, you'll literally have an op on one day of the episode, and the next day you do a whole show with somebody else on the whole completely other side that hate each other. Like, you know where you at on Wednesdays, you know where you at on Tuesdays or whatever day. You know what I mean?
The thing is, they kept playing with the like gay community type thing. And I just was uncomfortable with it after a while. Like, mind you, I got brothers who play and do all type of, like, just play. But if this is what we have to talk about all day, that's not my style, champ. So once I said that, it kind of, like, made me seem... It's so crazy. It made me seem like I was the one that was weird.
Bro, the real is outnumbered. That's what it is with snitching, with all that. Like I feel like the same way in my situations, in my hood, everything. Like, it's like we outnumbered, like because everybody's with that they not supposed to, just because they on the mic, they talking this
because
or that.
They
you know
talk
what I mean?
all day and do shit that like just makes weirdos excited.
Oh, God.
And I can't.
They know they trolls. They know how to troll.
Do what
Yeah,
makes you
yeah,
excited.
yeah.
Like, you know, I can only be me. And then like certain people who's not real enough or tough enough to stand on the same grounds we stand, they be like,
where's the pressure on this?
who he think he is, or he always talking about how hard he is, or I'll be like, I'm a real dude, I fuck with you. So then they start saying I'm acting like I'm hard. But you gotta be strong-minded in this media, everything. Like, I could have 1,000 comments and 500 of them is negative. If you really paying attention, they'll make you feel like you doing something wrong. But you're doing something right.
You standing on, you standing on business.
I'm standing on it. You feel me? And I wish the best for a nigga like Bricc Baby or anybody up there at No Jumper, because they only speak on negativity, and that's not the type of person I am. If you watch my Instagram, I motivate us. You know?
Yeah.
Crypto.
All right. So, Stupid Young or Zoe Osama?
Stupid Young. Hold on, I fuck with Zoe. But Stupid Young, he from Long Beach.
You said what?
I'm gonna go with my Asian Crips all day. Shout out to my Asian boy niggas. They come through with the crates if I need them. You know?
I know that's right.
Okay. RJ or Greedo?
I'm gonna go with Greedo because I got a new single that just dropped. But shout out RJ, that's my brother. I'm glad he's finally getting a shine that he's been working for years. People don't even know how long RJ been rapping. RJ been rapping for a long time.
I remember.
Shout out Kendrick because you put my nigga back on the map. And he's getting booked all the time for some shit he should have been getting booked for.
I ain't gonna lie, like even back in the day, like when YG was first getting on and niggas was doing, bro,
from Pusha Inc. Shout out Pusha Inc.
Niggas would be going to the clubs and shit, and RJ, he's like, nah, I'm staying in the lab. Like while niggas going out to the clubs and all that, he like, I'm using this studio like
he
at
can really
Jizzle
rap,
Pad
bro.
and shit. Yeah,
niggas rap rich, but I been bro. Yeah,
he a rapper. He a real rapper.
Shout out RJ.
Savi third or Tay?
Savi third. Oh wait, what?
Oh wait.
Or
Tay F third.
My bad. Hold on.
Or Tay F third.
Give me a shot.
My bad, y'all. I forgot to put the thing on my thing. Pause. All right, let's see what's. Oh, I spelled his name wrong. I forgot. I don't be spelling hood in the names like that. Oh, no, I ain't spell it wrong. Okay, cool. Bricc Baby rats haven't said that LA was in nowhere. Plays. Bricc Baby refuses to respond. Bricc Baby. Pause. Sits on there, explodes on Bricc Baby. That sounds crazy. Didn't get you a spot test you had nowhere to go. All right, let's start with the most relevant right now.
Donation right here. Bricc, please respond to DW Flame's recent comments about you being a liar and lying all the time. Please give a straight, direct, grown-up answer. No gang slang and slick talk. Please.
That man said Bricc will get beat up and then come back and say, yo, I beat that nigga up, God.
Wait, but okay, it's a 10-minute clip. We don't need to listen to the full 10-minute clip, but it's DW Flame speaks on a relationship with Bricc. I'm sure you already saw it.
Market dry, you got to bring the Bricc Baby too. I'm not responding to that.
that, nigga.
These niggas right here, bro.
You can play it.
Oh, so it's 10 minutes. I'm not watching
Well,
10
so
minutes.
I can summarize it. It started with them. They're doing this game where you take a shot. You either answer the question or take a shot. They said, who do you like better, Bricc Baby or Sharp? Before he was even finished asking the question, DW emphatically stated, Sharp, 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 for show Sharp. Da, 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 da. And they're like, why? And they're like, well, because Sharp's not a liar. Da, 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 da.
But peep how intense the content ecosystem is.
These
ODM
reaction
Flame
channels is waiting.
already did 17 minutes speaking on Bricc Baby and DW Flame. So it's like anything that Bricc Baby does is definitely like just content fodder.
For sure.
Also, too, right? Listen, right? So look, right now, look. Is these like reaction channels like have like no decorum? They would do like a 30-minute video on Flame like crashing out and on Bricc, and then as soon as Bricc responds to him for like 2 minutes, they'll do like another hour and dissect the 2 minutes of Bricc response back.
He want me to stop. He spent the dub for that clip.
He spent money for that. You think it was him?
That's why I'm telling y'all.
Global warming?
Yeah.
I don't know if DW Flame is.
Do y'all think that? Comment down below. Do you think that Bricc Baby done hands? I need to ask that. Like DW Flame is a menacing big nigga. I've seen him in person. He's big as shit. But I know niggas like my nigga Walter. Shout out to my nigga Walter. Hopefully he not in jail, but he knocked out plenty of big niggas. It doesn't matter the size. It just matters the fight. You know how the mole niggas be saying. It don't matter the size of the nigga. It matters the fight in the nigga. But Bricc Baby seem like he's I don't know. I don't think if you watch that video of him getting yoked up, that shit, he got yoked up. And I don't even use that. Nigga, your kid in here, nigga. That nigga's like, damn, cuz. Hey, cuz, you don't yoke me up like that, cuz. I was like, damn, he yoked that nigga up like that rad doll. So I'm like, I don't know. That shit looked bad and scary, brother. I felt fear for you, brother. That shit was crazy. He don't even look like he want to respond because he's like, that nigga could pull back up here. I don't know. Let's see.
Is really like knowledgeable about global warming enough to make that his username.
No,
that's not. I don't think that's Flame.
No, just a reaction channel.
Yeah, that's a reaction channel. They paid for the clip. Like, hey, let's see if you respond. Yeah. No, sir.
Hey, listen though. But yeah, so I'm gonna say this. I seen the clip. It was for about like 10 minutes. Now that podcast though, I'll be real. I like their podcast, but they owe No Jumper a check because
who hosts it? I didn't see
it's something like the Stop like that, right?
Yeah, I think the dude's name is JoJo.
But their last
from San Diego,
right?
He's a rapper.
But
their last like six like
at the Lake podcast.
It's not.
Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to 6 people, 4 people, 2 people, 3 people, 1 person. Thank you for tuning in. This is a live reaction. I'm trying to figure out if Bricc Baby gonna say something juicy. He probably ain't. That nigga's scared of this nigga.
Stop sign production.
I don't know anything about this.
Look at his face. He looked concerned.
He's a cool dude. If it's who I'm thinking it is.
Yeah, but the last like 6 like kind of like a major podcast. Yeah, it's Gina Views. It's AD.
He says like so damn fucking much. Stop saying like, nigga. I would spit in his face for saying like that goddamn much. Like, what the fuck is you on? Stop saying like. I don't give a fuck if you stutter. Keep your mind straight and focus and calm the fuck down. God damn, I hate when they just stutter too much. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
It's DW Flame. It's bro, like
it's all the No Jumper drop.
That's such a tired racket though. Like you missed your moment.
What you talking about?
That was an hour and a half ago, or excuse me, a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
that actually was like.
See, look, AD, Gina, and then the one
If Rennie was talking about Adam for like an hour.
Yeah, have AD on your podcast. You'll get 12,000 views. You'll
Nah,
be rich.
come
Gina
on, man.
views 3.9. Rucci, who look at calling out Adam 22 no jumper. Rucci is like the #1 Adam 22 discusser on podcasts, even though I don't think I've spoken about him on a podcast for like 5 years. But literally, Rucci's sole complaint about me and No Jumper is that at one point, Gina and Duno, I
Also, Adam, why do you breathe so heavy? God damn.
believe it was, asked Rucci to do an interview. And this is after I had already interviewed him at least once.
Rucci Dog Baby.
And so they did an interview with him, and he was mad that I wasn't there, even though I did not at any time know that they were doing an interview with him. I wasn't on board with this. This was during the time period where a lot of people were doing different interviews. And for some reason, Rucci has never said anything about that to me, but has gone on like 18 different podcasts and had full...
Is this nigga full of lean? Why does he keep... What, that shit hurt. God damn.
length conversations with about it just so that they could put my name in the title. It's really something.
Does he not realize how much more disrespectful that is to Gina and Duno than it is you?
And aren't you embarrassed that you keep talking about this and I've never responded?
No, but that's like literally beyond that though. Like you're basically saying, "Oh, what the fuck? Gina Views and Duno were here."
Exactly.
Like, where's Adam at?
But he was acting like I was ducking something when I didn't even know it was taking place. Look at this. Look how many times Rucci has been interviewed on this platform. T-Rail had him on 2 years ago. This is the first one. 4 years ago, I had him on. Then, it was Duno and Gina.
Chike, I remember
had
that
him
one.
and Chike on 2 years ago, which again is kind of strange because T-Rail had him on like around
But
the
they were
exact same
working
time.
that album
But hey,
at that
let's just
time. They were
interview him over and over. Look, Rucci goes in on No Jumper. Never seen this. I have no idea what he's saying. We did an exposed interview before all that. I'm just saying, like, considering how far you have made it into your career, the fact that we've interviewed you 4 times is honestly a lot. And so to me, it's kind of staggering that he's still talking about us. But hey.
Yeah, Rucci,
He going
that's
up
my
though.
op, but that's my little dude.
Yeah,
I always was cool
he's
with
right.
him. I don't know why he keeps talking about me on podcast.
Rucci about to say something very disrespectful. As I would too. I'm like, I'm not your little nigga, you from the other side. Fuck you. I'll say some crazy shit, but toned it down for YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment. Do you think Bricc Baby got hands? Do you think Adam 22 breathes heavy? Do you think that this African motherfucker needs to calm the fuck down with his fucking stuttering? And he's gonna get his ass whooped again. For no fucking reason. Because he want to talk shit. Stupid ass.
Like, I figured if I didn't respond that he would just stop at some point, but apparently this is just what he does anywhere he goes. I hope it doesn't constitute a lot of his everyday conversation in real life as well.
I would sincerely hope it doesn't. And
nah, man, he's not doing that.
Again, I'm leaning on the fact that I feel like that is disrespectful and to Gina more than Duno more than it is you. And not to cut you off, but real quick, one thing Flame said that I did want to address is he made a comment, and Flame's my dog. You know, we've been cool way before the No Jumper thing, but he said that all the hosts on No Jumper, I don't want to misquote him, but this is what I derived from the quote. He said had no motion before we came to No Jumper, and that's the difference between him and the other hosts on No Jumper.
Do you think he knows what projection is?
What is motion?
Well,
I mean, I ain't have no motion before No
but
Jumper.
that feels like he's describing where he was at in his career at the moment that he came on. Like, no offense, no shots, but
All right, Bricc Baby. And this nigga's jeans are elastic. Like, I've been a fat nigga before, a beast nigga before, but my jeans, they never looked like they was elastic.
it felt like, if DW Flame's rap career was exploding, he probably wouldn't have became a No Jumper host at that moment. It felt like he needed something, so that's kind of why he came around.
So in his eyes,
he had Wildin' Out though, so he wasn't like
exactly. So
bro, wasn't done for.
Wildin' Out is watches MTV.
That's what I'm saying. Wildin' Out is a cool little bag, but let's be real, 99% of people do not have any fucking clue what's going on Wildin' Out.
To answer your question, Bricc Baby, what is this nigga's real name? Did you not find this nigga's real name? He's 36 years old, though. Son of a brick lady, you're free. You can't find this nigga's. He might be an informant, honestly. Why can't you find this nigga's real name on the internet? Most of these niggas be like, oh. Huh. You can't find this nigga's real name? No, this nigga might be an informant. You can't find his real name. Most famous gang members have their name out there. But white people watch Wild 'N Out, to answer your question, Bricc Baby.
Yeah,
they have a channel on Roku TV where you can watch Wild 'N Out all day, 24/7.
It's not the same. It don't mean the same
right now, though. So
no,
I'm not saying that.
And it's not the same. Look, I have a lot of homies on Wild 'N Out, like a lot of my, because like battle rap was one of the foundations of that show. So
Absolutely.
a lot of my homies, I've got a bag off of Conceited, Charlie, my boy Frack. There's too many to name.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, I think he was insinuating because he has other acting shit going on, and so I'm not disputing his motion.
Sure.
I'm not even gonna. But to say
where that bag at, man? Bring that bag out.
All that just to say that, like, there's a lot of us here that have very storied histories, and yes, I'm not gonna front. Was I in a bad place before I went to No Jumper? Yes. And No Jumper significantly improved my situation? Yes. Was I already a motherfucking legend in the culture?
Nigga, you was a crackhead. A stone cold crackhead. Your teeth is little. Nigga, come on. Where the bag at? Boy, it must not be as it must not be as dangerous as people make it out to be in certain areas. Or he really got kill squad.
Cemented city to city, state to state, international. Yes, you feel me? When motherfuckers touch the soil of 5 different continents and other people's dime, then holler at
you
me.
just proved though. Wait though, but you just
and that's not a diss to him. That's a general statement.
Here.
Because I was fully,
it was a diss to you.
I was fully a trophy before.
No, here, right. But like you just proved like his point though, right? So again, like the motion can slow up, right? So even if you are a legend, and you're saying that you had slow motion to no motion before No Jumper, right? Because again, I had no motion. Right now, Bricc at the time, you was actually lit. So like, right?
What are you talking about?
I was lit in the Instagram streets. It depends on where you saying though. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I was making a run in the Instagram. I didn't know nothing about podding or you
was being posted though.
So
by everybody,
it's like this was new to everybody. Not like that. Like to come sit down and learn how to have a conversation and learn how to interview and do all that. That shit was new to everybody. Nobody knew what the platform was gonna bring.
Yeah.
But you have to be yourself on the platform in order to build a fan base on this platform, because it's a lot of people that came and you don't know that they was here and they didn't work here for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And you still don't know them.
So he's not wrong then, right? Because for example,
but Flacco, my guy, like, I gotta explain something to you, bro.
Okay.
This game got valleys and peaks.
Sure.
And like, it's interesting, and like this. So I'll just bring reference to something that I saw on the No Jumper Reddit, which I never look at.
Oh, damn.
But was
Lush, you reverted back to your old ways now.
Which I never look at. Obviously, why would
back to that Reddit,
why
man.
would someone like me ever look at the Reddit? I get.
You know what's funny? Old drug addicts, this is something fucked up, have to smoke cigarettes. It is what it is.
Way too much pussy for that. So a couple days ago on the No Jumper Reddit, there was a post, and it was a throwback post of the day where I came to No Jumper, and you were over there back on Fig. You feel me? And yeah, it was the when I threw up.
Oh yeah.
So not my finest hour, granted, but they asked you a question, so they're trying to bait you. You know, I see the trickery. I see the trickery.
Wait, what did they ask me?
Well, they asked you like about me. They're like, what do you think about Lush? And you were essentially like, well, damn, like, you know what? Like, I fuck with Lush. That's my boy. But damn, I would hate to be in the same position as bro. I feel you. You're like, damn, that motherfucker 40 and ain't got shit crack. I'm 42.
Nah, I ain't say that now.
No, you didn't. You know, but you're like, damn, he ain't got it together like that. Blah 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 blah. Like, and I'm not like admonishing you for this because you're not wrong. You know what I mean? Like you're doing shit that I look up to this day. With that being said, fuck you. With that being said, you essentially were like, you know.
You can tell he fell off the wagon recently. He wearing glasses, his eyes dilated, got that crack mouth. Meth mouth, actually. That's meth mouth.
Like Lush has no emotion at the moment, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know if Adam really fuck with him like that, ironically. Sure. But the thing that I wanted, that inspired me to respond to was, look, bro, this game got valleys and peaks.
Facts, of course.
And when I was your age, I was lit as fuck. You feel me? Like, I had a fucking YouTube contract, you feel me, was making stupid ducats, 40 grand a month on my channel, blah, 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 blah.
With Alki David?
No, way before Alki David. With Grind Time. You feel me? Like I met Alki David because of the accolades I had already stacked up. You're not finesse his ass. You feel me? Pause. But so I'm just saying this game got valleys and peaks, and that's not to say that you're going to experience that. Of course. Because you're probably smarter than me. You know what I mean? But the majority of the people in the entertainment.
I just slipped that joke in. Yeah, I ain't gonna suck dick for crack. I just looked at him. What's up?
Industry, they might be up one day, they might be down the next day, and it's not really contingent upon age and things like that. We chose this outside the box lifestyle way before, you know what I mean? As have you, you know what I mean? Of course, you one of us now. So essentially, I'm just saying, bro. It can happen to anybody, so just be nice to people on the way up, because you're gonna see the same people on the way down. God forbid.
Here, a question, right? Okay.
You just redo me,
right? No, so okay, so in terms of like
yeah, he's back on that shit for sure.
Like his actual statement though of like the actual the motion part, right? Let's be real here, right? Like nobody is like, for example, right? It's like selling like 500,000 copies first weekend, saying, "Yo, let me be like a podcaster," right?
Right.
How many people are selling 500,000 first week?
How many people sell 500,000 first week?
That's a very odd metric.
Even Drake doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. 100,000 copies, right? First week, right? Right. And so, let me come on like No Jumper and be like a full-time host, right?
Correct.
Right. So it doesn't happen. So he's not wrong in terms of. Usually, it happens once you try to once you're trying to pivot. And usually, you are trying to pivot into something new if the old thing ain't working.
The way you said it is 100% true and makes sense, but that's not what he was insinuating.
True. Okay.
Like the way he was insinuating it was hey, these fools need that shit.
I had 4 cars, an AP, and a gang of chains before I came here.
There's a lot of different ways to make money, and a lot of different risk levels for a lot of different ways to make money. No, I mean, okay.
Get features
to put it in perspective. You all remember how proud and boisterous certain people were when they left No Jumper because they were doing very, very good in terms of live viewers and everything like that. Some people here might even remember there was a touchdown dance. There was somebody from the Reddit community presumably bought like 10,000 live viewers for T-Rell at one point, and he did a little touchdown dance. He was like, and it was like hilarious because the viewers were fake and they dissipated.
Yeah, them niggas is fake. Lush, I'll beat your ass. I'll run in your mouth like a hoe. like a 304. Bitch! Woo! I can. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they fuck with him anyways. He's a meth head. Meth heads are wishy-washy people. Anybody that has the money that to help them supply their needs, they don't suck that D.
Would have been juiced too, to be
20K.
fair.
Oh, yeah,
I would have been
he had like
juiced too,
20K.
like,
Yeah. And he was so hyped to thought that was it.
Fuck Adam.
But
Like, you
that's
fucking
why I'm
out.
saying it's not intelligent to get totally hung up on your numbers because realistically, that shit comes and goes. Right now, you know, a good piece of live content on here might have like 5,000 views. There was a moment during the pandemic where we were having like 20,000 live viewers. Yeah. If I was sitting here feeling 25% as good as I felt during that time period, then I'd be setting myself up to feel like shit. I don't get super invested. Like, obviously you need to have some sort of numbers in order to even sustain a business or even to have a fan base, but you know, you will have ups and downs, and we've seen that with a lot of fucking people. Like Joe Budden's podcast does 350,000 views on YouTube every episode. I remember when Roy and Maul left, there was like a significant period of time where they were doing like 100K every episode.
They were doing
you know?
more than that.
What if he
yeah.
had just give it up? What if he had said, "Oh, we're doing like much less views now. Fuck it, I'm over it." Like, that's not how you do it. You got to keep going.
Bricc Baby don't want to play ball with DW.
You know, one thing that I wanted to ask you about, man, and we've talked about Cowboy before.
He definitely be high as a kite. I don't know. It's not weed. I don't know what he be on.
In the past. But he covered the Nipsey Hussle mural, I guess, by his shop. Did you see that?
Yeah. He painted over it or some shit?
Yeah. Do you know what happened or what was...
He said they kept tagging on it. And he didn't want to have the people keep on coming to redo it. He said so he got it covered up. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody be going through shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he probably don't want to keep on coming out and seeing somebody come spray paint on Nip face and then having to call the dude back out to come redo it and all that. Like, it might do be that. I don't know. But whatever it is, you know it ain't no disrespect. Whatever it was, it had to be for the better or something for his life. That's all outside of, because I ain't gonna make no content about cuz and talk foul while he was doing something with Nip. It's like, you know what I mean?
Are the other murals still up?
The alley, yeah, because you can't really get in there. Yeah, they up. I don't know. I don't know if they even, because it was still looking cool when he covered it up from the picture that I saw. But it might have just, he might be getting threats and all that. I don't know. That shit threw me for a loop a little bit too, but maybe another place, get one inside the building instead of on the outside of the building, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Are they going to do anything with the shop and everything where Nipsey was killed?
They said that they was going, I mean, they just opened up on Melrose. I got to go see that. They got the little rooftop lounge and all that at the Marathon store on Melrose. They just opened up on Melrose.
Okay.
I know they said they were supposed to do something in the near future, but I feel like, I don't know. I don't know the date today. I think they're going to build something right there, though.
Oh, really? They're going to tear the whole thing down?
Yeah, I feel like they're going to tear the whole shit down.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. I don't know what their plan is. But
Don't know for sure.
Yeah. Don't
Just
give me the...
might have heard
just
something.
Yeah.
I got you.
You know. Well,
Okay.
We really don't see each other a lot, you know what I'm saying, the people that run the marathon shit, but I'm fully behind it all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all for whatever they family got going on. We gonna support it all the time.
For sure. Academics. Have you seen what Academics has said about LA hip hop?
What'd he say?
Okay, so he sipped a lot of lean. I guess we all die. So if you want to be a drug addict, live your happily drug addicted life.
It's in a weird space.
Weird. I mean, you gonna contest it?
What do you mean?
I mean, is anybody gonna contest what he's saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's in a weird space. It is. It ain't nothing that you can say about it. It's like, shit, that shit damn near. I don't know if it's the same sound. You get what I'm saying? Like, a motherfucker gotta figure out a sound that's gonna go across the world, or we could keep on eating right here, but you not really touching that bag that you really could have touched. It's legends that's from the West Coast that's only known on the West Coast because we that big. You get what I'm saying? Like from California to Seattle is a whole lot of space, let alone Utah, Nevada, New Mexico, half of Texas.
Can you really say that about all of hip hop right now? I mean, hip hop is not really.
Hip hop is ran by females.
You know, there's a lot of hot females right now. That's facts.
That's what I said. I'm waiting for Sexy Red to drop. I'm out here ass backwards out here, man. They got me here and everybody else like, Sexy ain't dropped nothing this week. Like, yeah, I'm trying to get them sexy. Hey. Nah, at the end of the day, I think that the world just be on to new shit. So, like, girls rapping crazy and shit, like, that shit new. So everybody, like, been rapping about getting their dick sucked, but bitches ain't been rapping about getting fucked raw and getting their coochie ate and catching chlamydia and eating pills afterwards and, you know what I mean, using EBT cards to buy weed. Bitch is crazy. They giving up the whole game. I don't know how the children's service, I guess they be up by the time they get to talk about the shit they used to do. DCFS would have been stepped in. You bitches going crazy off the food stamp.
What about them saying LA is soft because the murder rate is down?
Shout out to them. Shout out to the young keeping the murder rate down too. How about that? You know what I mean? LA soft is crazy. LA soft is crazy. LA the only place where niggas really get it like Tyson.
All right. Now, also some news that I seen coming down was Spider-Loc was on Black Box on his show, and he kind of went off on you a little bit. You know, the first complaint he had was that you went after him because of the twerking comments that he made, and he said, you know, he didn't know it was your daughter, and he didn't have no way of knowing that it was your daughter.
All right, cool. Even more of a reason to call it before you say something about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, either way it go, I'm not even tripping. I never went at Spider-Loc. Whenever I went at Spider-Loc, like, I've never went at Spider-Loc. Spider-Loc, I haven't said nothing about you since I stopped calling your phone, bro. And if you use your phone, you ain't even blocked. You just believe what I tell the internet. Nigga, you're not blocked from my phone. I never blocked you. I'm not finna, I ain't block you on Instagram and shit. I just blocked you out for a second. I ain't even tripping, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you did what you did, but I know you. So I know what it hurt the most. Just me just throw you out and don't say nothing. Cause it's like, you could never say that I ain't never put you on to nothing. You know what I mean? Like, period, you can't, there's no way possible. I know I guess out of the content that you just...
I ain't niggas that look just high all the time. Yeah, Bricc Baby ain't gonna reply to DW Flame. DW Flames will keep putting his foot on Bricc Baby's neck. Let's see what Danny from the Stop. Rocky Thunder body Danny from the Stop exposing him with facts. Okay, I was about to say, he's crazy.
The Hard Part 6, no. Y'all, trust me when I tell you. That is a very special diss record.
Nah, Will Smith is set to pop out.
What you talking about, man? We vote for Trump.
Is he a trash podcaster? That's something everyone has wondered since his split from Joe Budden. Like many greats in their respective field, those around them are often questioned. Are they being competent by their own merit, or are they being carried by proximity to exceptionalism? Well, that's up for debate, as there's a few undeniable traits Mal has that elevated both the Joe Budden podcast and New Rory and Mal. His lighthearted approach to most conversations and lack of need for the spotlight allowed for his co-host to shine brightly. While Joe and Mal did eventually fall out over money issues, it never seemed like he felt any type of way about being a marginalized voice on the Joe Budden podcast. Additionally, Mal seems content with allowing Rory to take the lead on podcast segments and even skits. However, there's another side of Mal, one that seems utterly disgusted at the very same field that has made him so much money and elevated his social status, podcasting. He regularly downplays the medium and even finds it odd to ask people for interviews.
So to be clear, I never ever text anybody to be on their show and they didn't respond to me. That
I did mix it up because
never happened. Yeah, I just wanted to clear that up because that just came across crazy. Like niggas be leaving me on red and I be trying to do interviews and they be like, nah.
Oh, you've never been left on red before by somebody?
Asking them to be on their show?
It was in this conversation that I sat back and really thought, Mal is not capable of growth. As for years, I still wonder why Rory and Mal haven't done an interview with a big hip-hop media platform. And I'm 100% sure it's because of Mal.
Why don't you go on the big platforms? You're always going on these smaller podcasts, Figmunity, Mandy and Weezy. They're a big podcast, but
yeah, they are.
In comparison to, Nori, Drink Champs, Gillian Wallow, why aren't you going on Breakfast Club? People would love to see you on that.
I can name them, and I'll give you a story for each one.
How about $1 Million Worth of Game? I remember when Ack was there dissing you and Mal. They kind of, Wallow was like, chill. It seemed like they have some type of.
Honestly didn't even see that. I didn't know he dissed us on. I didn't watch the Academics $1 Million Worth of
passing,
Game.
like,
Gotcha,
boom,
okay.
type of thing.
Another one, I see Wallow every now and then. I don't really see Gilly that much. I thank them for having us headline Roots Picnic 2 years ago. I believe Mal reached out and was left on red. So I don't know. That's another one that I'm just keep blowing you up to.
Mal's street ethics and undying support of a code that has no real basis in human life simply cannot allow him to talk about topics he finds beneath him. On top of that, he knows that his former confidant Joe Budden will be mentioned, and any interview they do will unlock another back and forth that he wants to put behind him. Then there's the other part that caused a great backlash against Mal, his unwavering support for Donald Trump. Initially, many thought his support was merely a trolling of an audience, but as Julian, the producer of the Rory and Mal podcast, would reveal, Mal is 100% a supporter of Trump.
I hate Trump. I want to put that out there. I know Mal loves that guy. I don't. He's a
Really
idiot.
genuine love for Mal? Does he really rock
Yeah,
with
he
Trump?
fucks with Trump.
Like, you're not, this is not.
No, I'm not joking. Like, he
WWE
likes Trump.
storyline?
No. That would be fun.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
thought it was, me kind of thinking, I didn't know. So you've had maybe conversations about this outside of the podcast where he.
I think Mal was trash. And I think he's a simp. And a weirdo. So. Yeah. Oh, let's take a peek at this real quick.
Welcome back, my beautiful peeps. You already know it's here to actually hold up of your own, right? When they should not be defended, you're going to lose the credibility of the people. And if you lose the credibility of the people, you're losing.
Well, alright, that's it for me for today. It's about 2 hours. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.